I'm John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music. As most of you know, the new Levara album just came out on Friday, but Trev Lukather just released a statement saying he is no longer with the band. He split with singer Jules Galley and drummer Joss Devine. And here is his full statement about not being in Levara. It's a sad thing because that self-titled album is freaking amazing. If you want to hear the track by track, it's on our sister channel, My Chill. There'll be links in the description of this video where he talks about every track. We play a bit of every single last track off the album. Here is the statement from Trev Lukather.
So what happened? What happened to the band? Like what?
So yeah, I mean, no one knows this. It's been really hard, man, to like keep it in. But out of respect for the label, you know, we have an album coming out. You know, I wasn't going to derail it. I'm really proud of this album and I want people to listen to it. I want people to get it. This is something that, like what you're saying, it's like, it's going to connect to a lot of people. I always wanted this band to be heard. You know, I was the band, I put this band together. This was my baby. I brought all the pieces of the puzzle together. Not only that, I brought the management, which from there, the agents, the record deal, the tours, the producers, the mixers, the music video director, my cousin who directed all the music videos with his girlfriend, Olivia, Nikki Mata, who did our photos, all these people that came into this project through me, you know, built this to where it is today. And these guys, you know, I think that with any band, bands are tough. You know, I feel that like a lot of people, you know, there's animosity that comes with being, I feel like a band leader, you know, like when you're kind of like calling these things and like, you know, listen, Jules isn't experienced in this business. He's very new, you know, and he doesn't have a lot of connections. That's fine. Everything I was doing was for the band. But the thing is when people can get in their heads and think that it's just like, I'm, you know, controlling or something, you know, like, oh, he's calling, but like, I always wanted these guys to bring something to the table, but nothing was being brought to the table on their end. I mean, hey, like to me, man, I'm sorry. Like if I was put into a band and I didn't have any experience and someone grew up in this industry and has made a lot of connections, you know, other than growing up in my own career and starting my own scene and like, you know, my own generation. And it was all for one for all, man, you know? And, I would have been, I mean, to me, it's so hard to sometimes like think about it. It's like, man, you'd think people would be grateful and be happy, but it's not, man. A lot of just people want to be a certain thing or it's like, I don't know if it's envy or if it's like, you know, and I'm like, you know, they want to be the guy or I don't know, or the fact that like, you know, my last name, you know, gets asked about in interviews or I don't know, man. I really can't explain it. I don't know.
So the band's no more though. So the band's, and there's no going back. Is the band?
There's definitely no going back on my end. I mean, listen, I don't know if they're going to continue it. I think they want to. I mean, I got booted out of the band through email. They emailed me and I haven't heard from them since. So, you know, it was well,
who owns the name? All three?
We all do.
Yeah.
You know, but like even the management said, you know, I wish you would have just made it clear that this was your band and, you know, this wouldn't have happened, but I was, you know, I'm just not that guy. I'm not Mr. You know, all about me. It's like, I wanted this to be a band. I wanted this to be like, you know, all for one for all. We split the writing equally, which.
Every song is like that?
Every song. And, you know, Josh is not a songwriter, man. Like he wrote maybe a couple lyrics on a couple tunes, but, you know, just the thing is like, it's hard for me to look the other way anymore. Of like what I did when I was fighting for these guys. But the way they kicked me out of the band was so brutal. Like there was some animosity within the band, no doubt, but it's a pandemic. We're not like, we weren't put together, you know, we weren't in a van or something being like, I can't stand you or whatever. I think that the pandemic hurt us by like, I don't know, influences from outside. I'm not sure, but you know, I wasn't happy with the way things were going. Like I was kind of getting in an argument with management and I was, you know, I fought and I was making calls to get things moving more. And like, you know, I wanted some change, man. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted some change and I wanted to jump ship and, you know, I had an opportunity to jump ship with the guys something really happening. And, you know, just at that point, I feel the guys, since they're inexperienced, they thought I was like going to, you know, derail everything. So.
Well, what happens now with a new album? Like what happens, what are you, I mean, you're with me and we're going to talk anyway, either way.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I love Ed, president of Mascot, so much. I have so much respect for him. He believed in this band. He put money behind this band. That was another thing that really bothered me about the way it went out, is because the guys emailed me. They sent me a Dear John letter, and they didn't go to management. They didn't go to the label and say, hey, is this cool? You know, like, you guys put a few $100,000 into this band. We're going to kick out the main guy in the band. And the guy put this whole band together, the guy that the press has been, you know, rolling with. It's like all these things is just like, what? Like it just was so, are you kidding me?
So what are they saying?
Huh?
What's management and the label?
Management pulled out. That's the thing. They lost the management. They lost the agents. Most likely going to lose the record deal. You know, like, I've been talking to them. I've been talking to the label, and I'm saying, listen, I'm willing to let them go on tour, but you know, they're going to have to, sadly, and they were trying to fight this too with the management. Well, while the management was still in play, that like, they didn't want to give me a third of the name. They don't want to give, like, you know, even though it is what it is, but they were giving pushback on this. I'm like, dude, like, what the hell's going on?
That's the least they can do. That's the
least they can do. I mean, hello. I mean, it's like, it's so funny. It's like, I built the sound, man. I wrote most of this, like, you know, like Jules and I wrote the songs together, but man, I contributed a lot to the choruses, melodies. Jules like is a great lyricist, but like, man, like I built the sound of this band. This is my band, man. Like, it's just like, and for these guys to kick me out and think that they're going to just roll with my team of people too, that like I brought to the table, it's delusional, man. Okay. It's delusional. And they're posting online. Like they like, for instance, man, I mean, I'm just going to get real here. Okay. I wrote a nice, cause Josh and I were roommates, man, for 3 years. We were tight bros, you know? I mean, when I heard about my best friend dying of suicide in July, he was right there hugging me when I was a wreck. Like, to me, it's like fuck band, man. Like friends. None of these guys, Jules, the singer, whatever. To me, I'm not shocked by him, man. Like, you know, he's just so naive. Okay, but like Josh, that was a heartbreak to me, because Josh has not talked to me since, and I wrote him I sent him a very nice voicemail. I was saying, dude, what happened? Like, they're treating me like I murdered a family member, and I've done nothing wrong other than help this project and fight for us. It was never all about me. If there was an edit in the music video, I was saying it should be more of Jules and more of Josh, not more of me. That's not, you know, and that's the thing is I was so happy that my cousin Jake, who did all the music videos, wrote the label in defense of me, man. Like the only cat that's like, you know, he like came, he's like, man, I've been seeing this from the outside in, and not just because he's my cousin, but this stuff has been, the way these guys are acting is like, it's unbelievable. And then, so Josh asked management for me to leave his MIDI keyboard, like we're in a high school breakup, leave his MIDI keyboard. I had to sign these cards for the label to sell, and they needed to snag them. Josh tells management that I have to leave his MIDI keyboard and the cards outside my house. And then I have security footage of him like sneaking into the front yard and grabbing the stuff and running off. And I was like, dude, you can't see me? What did I do to you guys? You know? And then they post online.
The frustration you must feel. I mean,
dude, it's unbelievable. I mean, it kills me. And I've been built up. This is why maybe I'm starting to go a little, because I've been holding this in for like 6 weeks now. And they do it before the album comes out. And then they post online wearing matching Levara shirts, signing the cards, smiling like best friends after they boot me out of the band and treat me like this. And I'm like, wow, who are you guys? You know, who are you? And it's best that they showed me their true colors now. So I wasn't like, we built this to like a massive thing. But I mean, I had my eyes set on making Levara a household name. I was going to bat every day. I was making phone calls every day. This was my baby, and I was gonna not stop till this was happening.
But so what now for you? How, I mean, geez, I mean, I know how much it takes to make one of these. Remember Don Henley saying, he said it many times to the audience, you have no idea how many pieces there is to put one of these, like an album together.
Yeah.
And a band. So
I feel these guys just they start drinking the Kool-Aid, man. I don't know. They just started thinking that it's like, you know, they didn't like that I think for every part of wanting to be in a band with, like maybe for Jules too, it's like everything that's like was appealing about being in a band with me, like, oh, grew up with the business, has connections, all this stuff, a really good songwriter, and like, oh, we write well together. Like he knows a lot of people. That like the same reason why he probably wanted to join a band with me is the same reason why he resented me, is because then I was bringing everything to the table.
Like in a relationship, all the things that brought you in are the things that
destroy it. And then all of a sudden, like, you know, I just feel like with, I don't know, maybe it's a lead singer thing. I don't know. It's like, just people want to be the guy. They want to be the leader, but it doesn't mean that you can wake up tomorrow, I want to be a brain surgeon. Tomorrow you're a brain surgeon. It takes experience. It takes knowledge, man. And I'm lucky enough to have grown up with one of the, like, as a mentor, my dad was like, you know, such an incredible, he's just his mind in the music business and how long he's been in it. I mean, he would just teach me things my whole life. And also, man, it's another thing is like, I'm very open. I'm very giving, man. I want, like I said, all for one for all, split everything equally. Like the name split equally. Like I created the name. I came up with the name. I mean, everything, man, you know? And it's just like for them to treat me like this and to kick me out, not have the audacity to call me and be like, hey man, we have issues or whatever. Nothing, man. I've never heard from them since. And then they're posting online, they're posting as Levara and they're speaking for me. And that's why I felt that when you asked me to do an interview, and the thing is, Jules has been doing all the other interviews. And, you know, what's so weird to me, John, is that he's going around talking about, when we can, we're touring immediately. Like we're doing this. He's talking about like nothing's wrong. Like everything's great. And as soon as we get the opportunity, we're getting into a room and he's talking nice about me in interviews. And I'm sorry, that's why I haven't been able to do interviews till now. I've turned down, like I just said, I can't do it because I'm not a fake person. I can't sit here and tell you how great Jules Galley is or how amazing Josh Devine is like I just can't do it. I respect what we made together, but as people and what they did, I'm sorry, man. Like I just can't hang at all. And I can't, and in interviews I've watched with Jules, just pretend like everything's okay. It's just baffling to me, man.
So they're not saying you're not there anymore? Or they're just, huh?
Look, Jules just did an interview talking about the process. So Trev hit me up to put me in the band. And yeah, this girl like asked him, the changes are very different on the record. Like, I mean, it's different than normal. Well, Trev likes to go outside of the box and, but we have the best drummer in the world, Josh, because they're like on the team together. And it's just like, and I'm just like, dude, it's so cringe, John. Okay. It's so cringe. And I can't stay silent anymore, man. Like I did it out of respect for the label and for Ed, for his commitment to us. But I asked Ed, I said, I'm going to talk to John today and I'm going to speak what happened. I'm going to talk about what happened. And because I can't sit back and allow this to take over my life, I got to move forward, and I can't move forward while I'm still connected to these two guys. And I'll always be connected to them from the album we made. But funny enough is that I was telling Ed that he should look more into them carrying it on, but they're going to have to give me what I deserve. Like they're gonna have to give me my percentage if they like it or not. But because we've even talked about me replacing those two guys and going on the road as Levara, like a Mick Jones thing or something. I'm like, no, we're not. We don't have a hit record yet. So what's the point? But but I said, let's have Josh and Jules do it, have them do it. But it's going to be tough, I mean,
doesn't this make you want to be a solo artist? Isn't it an experience? What's your take? What do you get out of this? Because I mean, again, I understand the frustration. I can feel it when you talk. I'm feeling it, and I'm going, I can't help but project and go, God, what would I do in that situation? It's
so funny because everyone I've talked to, like, how did you let this happen? It's your band. And I said, why didn't you fight him? Why don't you tell him to, F off or something? I'm like, well, because trust me, I definitely wrote Jules quite an email, especially when the management pulled out. I said, wow, man, way to go. Like everything, you were thinking that I was derailing this, but you just completely pulled the rug from underneath your own feet here, man. Now, like, there's nothing. And, it just shows the lack of experience on his end. And, no reply, of course. But I was upset, man. I was upset. And I still am, but it's been like, because this is the only first time I've been able to talk about it like publicly, but like, but I moved on. I was producing. So how I move on is even before I get booted out of my own band, I got asked, I wrote with Dorothy. She's a killer rock artist on Rock Nation. She's like a modern Janis Joplin. She has a lot of cred. She's an incredible singer. Her and I wrote songs, and I ended up producing three and co-wrote 3 killer tracks on her new record coming out in the summer. And so I started getting into producing, man. I just produced Andrew Hagar, Sammy Hagar's son. We just wrapped yesterday, writing and producing for him. And that was my escape. And then I started realizing, man, because it's been tense with the band for a while. I mean, it was so weird. It was like these guys who like look at me as like the worst human being ever on planet Earth. And I'm like, okay, in your world, I guess you've painted this, I'm a horrible person. Okay. But everyone else that's worked with us, in this project, and everyone I work with outside of this band respect me, and we're great friends, and we get along, and it's a great hang, Like I start, like, trust me, after a while, I was like, it was so toxic because I was always arguing, man. And like, it was just like, it was depressing. I think on both sides too at this point, but it's like.
So you're really channeling that energy though. It sounds like you're really, channeling that energy to do, because I mean, living well is the best revenge, as the cliche goes, right? But it's true. I mean, there's a reason why people say that. I mean, to get on to going, because I have to say it again. I would have to really regroup and go in a corner for like a week and then go, well, screw that, and just.
Well, it was a big shocker. And then I didn't know what the label was going to do. I still don't know, but I had a great conversation with Ed, the president. I said, listen, man, let him run with it. Like I said, my spiritual, like, crippling vibe that I get from this whole situation, like these guys to go off and be like, yeah, we should Trev, we're Levara, like that, like that, as much as that hurts me to think about, I said, I think more about you, Ed. I think that, you gave us this belief. You really believe in us, put your money behind us. I don't want to see you suffer for this. So let them go on the road and if they can build this up, they can go on the road and they can make it something. And, I'm clearly a part owner of the name. It's like, cool. Everyone wins at that point. It's just, maybe it's just my, like I said, my spirituality and my belief of like, just like how it's so hard to I don't know, promote those guys anymore, like it's just, I feel used, man. And to grow up in an entertainment family, my whole life, it's been used and abused, bro. People come in and they take and they suck everything out of you that they want to suck out of you, and they leave you dry. And like, countless times that's happened to me. So it's like, these guys are considered my family, dude. I mean, I lived with one of them for 3 years. I took Jules from this, like, he never played in front of thousands of people before. He never had a record deal before. He never had a break before. And like, I really pushed him to the point where sometimes you'd be like, really like, man, it's hard. I said, dude, because I know what you can do. And, so that's why the producer side of me, I guess, was coming out even earlier before I really started diving into it. Is pushing someone, man. Did Mutt Lange, Mutt Lange wasn't easy on Joe Elliott during the, Def Leppard, but he became Joe Elliott because Mutt Lange pushed him. And my dad pushed me my whole life of me, striving to be better and be your best self. And I always saw what Jules could be. And we had a lot of beautiful moments of like him being mad in the beginning, but then coming to me like, thank you. Like these great brotherly moments that just like now just feel so distant to a point where it's like, I don't know these guys, man. I never did. I don't feel I ever did. Mm-hmm. And the problem is I even sent one of my last emails to them before they sent me the Dear John letter, because I said our communication skills suck. We're in this together. Are we going to do this together? We made an incredible record. Let's talk on the phone. Let's get through this. And, then I got the reply that I got, but, yeah, I mean, the olive branch there, I wanted to talk it out. I wanted to speak on the phone. Didn't get that. Still haven't, and we're going on almost 2 months. God, so,
man,
and like things like bringing Steve Perry in on the record, man. Like Like,
Yeah.
think that these unbelievable things that happened, experiences that these guys are going to be able to run with their whole lives, you know? Like, just, you know, it's just cringe, man, when I hear like Jules talking, oh, Steve here in the room with me. It's like, dude, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, well, it's just hard. So being used and all that stuff, like it's just after a while, man, it just gets to you. So anyway, that's why producing's, I'm going to start a new project, no doubt. I'm going to start something, but it's going to be me. It's not, you know, band thing. It's like, I'm going to bring friends in that I really love to sing on something, maybe sing a chorus or get some guys to play, you know, different instruments or something like that. And I'm thinking about calling it Invisible Friends, which I you know, was talking about being a vessel and these spiritual things, and songs are your invisible friends. So I wanted to just call it that and have fun and, you know, produce records, because I'm doing that now, man. I'm getting gigs and I'm producing, and it's so great because that environment of just like just respect and love and laughs. It was weird for me in the beginning, man, because I'm just like, why am I having, like, I was working with Drew, I'm like, and my cousin Jake's engineering with me and stuff, and I'm just like, I'm having fun. What's up with this? You know, it's like music's supposed to be fun. And listen, I'm sure they say the same thing about me, but the thing is, man, it's about character. It's about how you handle things in life. You know, if you have a problem, you face the problem, you talk to the person either face to face or you call them on the phone. You don't hide behind an email. You don't do this. Like, for building this band up to this point and for them to just kick me out via email, it's just like, there's clearly no respect, and there's just like a lot of lack of character there, you know? So, yeah.
We'll have more from Trev Lukather the next 3-4 days. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. I'm John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music.